Hi guys, this is Ileana and we're here at the Rent-A-Land studio today. We want to explain to you guys that we are going to start doing a series of frequently asked question videos. It's questions that typically the clients call us and ask us for quotes, either for tents, for pipe and drape, for something as basic as a tablecloth. And we want to give you guys the right tools so when you call us, you already are kind of ahead of the game and not waiting on us, or if you want immediate answers to the questions that you have. Okay, so the basic question that we get asked a lot is, why size a tent do I need? Or I'm looking for a tent, whether white or clear it may be. The tents go by measurements, so we need numbers. If we ask you when you call, hey, I'm looking for a 20 by 40 tent, what's the price for that? Our basic pricing is online and is listed on the product list, but there is more information we need in order for us to quote you more accurately. So one of the basic things you need to do is measure the space available within either the property, usually when it's a venue, the location, or the event manager at that venue will have the measurements for you of the space available. The importance of the linear feet is that that'll help us determine which size the tent would fit under that space. Usually and typically we need around 10 feet around the tent to secure it properly, whether the tent is staked or weighted. So one of the questions that we will ask you is the tent going on commercial property or on residential property? The tents that go on commercial property, the county or city requires what's called a tent permit, and it varies in cost and the process of it. Some locations you can get a permit within 2 days, some locations will take about a month. This is all requirements from code enforcement and we cannot skip it. So if you are on commercial property, you got to take under account that you will need a tent permit for that location. The next question asked from us would be, what is the surface that the tent is going on? Whether it's concrete, asphalt, grass, pavers. The reason behind that is for us to know how we're going to secure the tent properly. If the tent is going on asphalt, we need different stakes, and if the tent is going on grass. Tent is going on pavers or on concrete, some locations, of course, you cannot stake on concrete and on pavers, apologies. There are larger tents that will need 5,000 pound weights, and there's smaller tents that with 20 or 30 pound concrete buckets would be just fine. But it is important for us to know that information, because this is all gonna influence the weight package price for you. So if the tent can be staked, it's the safest and is the least expensive option in order for us to secure the tent properly for your event. The next question that we get asked a lot is, of course, that we ask a lot to you guys is, if the tent is on grass or on asphalt, can we stake it? Now, we are not responsible for any underground damages, either to utilities, septic tanks, sprinkler systems. It is stated within our contract. And that's why we ask the client so much, are you sure there's nothing underground? Are you sure there's not a septic tank where the tent's gonna be staked? Are you sure there's no sprinkler systems? Now with the sprinkler systems, a lot of people will tell us, I know where the sprinklers are. People will see the heads, but you don't know where the water lines will run underground. That is our biggest concern, because the last thing you want is us setting up a tent and hitting a sprinkler line. Another question is how close can we load in and load out from the tent location, because that will inquire into additional costs if we have to load the equipment 50 feet away from the tent. This is a lot of pipe work and equipment that needs to be moved onto the property or the area where the tent is going to be set up. Some clients ask about tent configurations. We have different styles of tents, and we're going to do a whole other video about different styles of tents that we have. But typically within Rent-A-Land, our tents run at 8 feet high on the perimeter, meaning the legs, so all the way around the tent from the floor up is 8 feet high. Now the peaks vary depending on the style of tent you rent, but typically I would say ours run anywhere from 14 to 16 feet high. And of course we have the pole tents that can go up to 24 or 23 feet high. But just so the clients know a little bit of dimensions, because they will ask that question a lot about how tall is the tent. Now, within your backyard, you want to take into account tree branches. The tents get built from the top and then the bottom, and they get raised. So if you have a tree in your backyard, we cannot build a tent and put it on top of the tree. We cannot do that. So there needs to be clear land. Now, if there's bushes on the sides, it doesn't matter, but production needs enough space within the property to build the tent and then raise it up. And there's a lot of videos that we have on our YouTube channel and on our social media that are a little bit of time lapse, but will give you a pretty good idea on how the tents get built. Another thing we get asked a lot, or another thing to keep in mind, is that the tents need to be 5 feet away from any existing structure. With that being said, you want to check if you have a storage unit for either your lawn mowing supplies or anything like that, or the property itself. We cannot set up a tent 1 or 2 feet away from your house just to avoid any damages to the residents. Because if it is during July that there might be a storm coming, you don't want that tent bouncing on your house and creating damages that we can all avoid. So when you're measuring the space available, you want to stay 5 to 10 feet away from any existing structure when you give us the numbers. Well, first we want to say thank you guys for listening. If you have any questions, just feel free to call us 407-851-7368. We have tried to put all our information easy access for you guys. Like I said before, our website is mobile friendly and our full product list is there. Like probably 95% of all our prices are there. So if you just want to know what a 20 by 20 costs, you can load up our website and go to our product list, and the list of the tents we have available, most of them are there. Either you're looking for a clear top, a wide top, pole tent, structure tent, it's all there. But you want to also call us, so like I said, we can get answers for all this and quote you properly. And stay tuned for the rest of the videos we have coming up. Thank you.